Start with Namokar mantra.
Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Aryanam, Namo Uvijayanam, Namo Loe Savasahanam, Eso Panchanamo Yaro, Sava Pavapanasano, Mangalanancham Sarvasim, Padmam Hoi Mangalam. Padmam Hoi Mangalam.
Again, without any mistake. Say it again, without any mistakes.
Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Aryanam, Namo Uvijayanam, Namo Loe Savasahanam, Eso Panchanamo Yaro, Sava Pavanasano, Mangalanancham Sarvasim, Padmam Hoi Mangalam, Padmam Hoi Mangalam.
Okay, let's Preet come and then we start. Preet, turn on your video so I can add you to the group. Where is your brother? Preet, where is Neet? Quickly, where is Neet? Preet, are you able to hear me? Where is Neet? Because he needs to speak today. Okay, I'm just typing it. Let's start with Kundkund Acharya's story, because on what is the occasion on Saturday? What is the occasion on Saturday? Yes, Priyala. Ahil, please here, speak.
Kundkund Acharya's birthday.
Very good. Neet, quickly, Preet, go and quickly call Neet because he needs to speak today. Quickly go and call him. Fine. So let's start with the story and then we will do the rehearsal. Okay, so long ago, how many years ago? 2000 years ago. 2000 years ago. 2000 years ago. Okay, if you can hear me, Preet, go and call Neet. 2000 years ago.
Yes, a lot of homeworks. He will join in a bit.
Okay, fine. Okay, 2000 years ago, Kundkund Acharya was born. Now, we have not learned certain things, but today let's learn 2-3 new things. We have a time cycle. We have a time cycle. Ahil, Preet, and it is divided into 6 parts. So have you seen a clock? It is also divided into 12 parts, isn't it? A clock is divided into 12 parts. So similarly, this organ, or you can say not organ, but I was like thinking of like something else. This clock is also divided into 6 and 6. So it is again 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it is into 6 and 6. So yeah, it is 12 eras, right? So we have 6 eras on this side and we have got 6 eras on this side. Now, without going into further detail, Kundkund Acharya was born in the 5th era, like all of us. Like all of us, Kundkund Acharya was born in the 5th era. And Krit, for your knowledge, because you're very fond of history, the 24 Tirthankars, Krishna, Ram, Bharat Chakravarti, everybody was born in the 4th era. Anaya has also got a good memory. Anaya, the 24 Tirthankars, all the Chakravartis, Ramchandraji, Krishna, everybody were born in the 4th era. All of us are born in the 5th era, like Kundkund Acharya was born in the 5th era. Fine. So now let's start. So in his previous life, he was a shepherd boy. Now this is interesting for you to know that he was illiterate. He could not read. Avi, come in the picture. He could not read and he could not write. Kundkund Acharya was illiterate. So he was not called Kundkund Acharya at that time. He was called Kondesh at that time. And he was a shepherd boy, Briella, because you had asked for this story. So he was called Kondesh, the shepherd boy. And what happened that one day there was a big fire in the jungle, a very, very big fire that burnt everything. Now, he saw that there was some papers, like the exact word is not papers, the real word is called tar patra. But we can say there were papers in which they had some important writing. Now, remember, he was illiterate. He could not read and write. Now, what had happened a few days before this big fire in the jungle, that the Muni Raj was telling the people who were listening to his lecture, he was telling to everybody that Ketu Bhagwan Atmacho. That line is in your script, isn't it, Veer? Ketu Bhagwan Atmacho, meaning that all of you have the potential to be Bhagwan. So Kondesh was listening to this and he was very fascinated because he thought that how can an ordinary boy like me who can't read and write be called God? Krit, do you ever think that? Look, even in your speech, isn't it, Krit, that even you have a very nice description? How can I be like Arihant Bhagwan? I've got Rag, Dvesh, I'm in first Gunastan, right? It is also there in your script, isn't there? So even Kondesh was just thinking like you, Krit, that how can I be called a god because I am an illiterate boy. Now let's come back to the incident that happened like during the fire. The whole jungle was burning. And what happened that he saw these important papers in which the experience of the method, I mean, I'm just assuming that the method of the experience of the soul was written, right? And of course, he could not read it. He took it home. He took it home and he kept it safely. Look, he had respect for it. And like what is this teaching us? That look, we might not know we might not have all the knowledge in the world, but he just respected knowledge. This is a very important point, Sane, Anaya. This is a very, very important point, that he respected knowledge. So the school books you get, Sane, Anaya, can you ever put it on the floor? No, Anaya is very smart. Like for example, if your teacher is teaching, can you drink water and eat food? Krit? No, because this is sorry.
You can drink water but not eat food.
No, you can't even drink water when you're listening to Arihant's teaching because it is disrespecting Arihant. It's good you brought out this point, so now you can understand better. You can't even drink water.
No, I'm saying in like school.
No, even in school, actually, you shouldn't. Once your class is finished, you can take a few sips, and then when the next teacher is there in class, then you can leave your bottle. Don't, because you're actually disrespecting knowledge. And like one other reason, why do you think that we don't wear shoes in the temple? Because we're disrespecting again the knowledge of Arihant. You see, because we disrespect knowledge, this is the reason why we get hell. We get all these, very low caste, very low caste lives because we disrespect knowledge. So Kondesh respected those papers. He brought it home. He kept it nicely, properly. Like you can say like a shelf on top over here. He didn't just leave it anywhere on the ground. After a few days, he met another Muniraj and he returned those papers very respectfully. He didn't just give it like that, at times you like may say that people just swing a book from one end to another. He didn't give it like that. He gave it properly. Look how I'm giving, like this. He gave it properly. And he gave it a lot of courtesy, with a lot of respect. Now, because he did such a wonderful deed, he did such a wonderful deed in his mind, such a beautiful thought, the Muniraj predicted his future and he said, Kondesh, in your next life, you're going to be the great Acharya, Kundkund. So how many of you want to be like Kundkund Acharya? Imagine 2000 years later, he's popular. And look at your film star, just 50 years down the line, people forget him. Look at your famous sports person, 50, 70 years down the line, people don't remember him. But Kundkund Acharya is remembered for 2000 years. So he's actually the real hero. Now, after a few days, Kondesh died. Kush, just turn on your video so I can add you. So after a few days, Kondesh died. And then he was born. Now look, because of the good deed he did, he was born in an extremely wealthy family. Like extremely wealthy family to parents called Gunkirti, and mother was called Shantala. So, Kush, we're doing the story of Kundkund. Now, we should come on time because all these children are always on time. Look, Ahil and Veer, Fiana, Briella, Kreet even is always on time, even like Sunny, okay? So, Kush, please come on time because now we have missed a little bit of the story. Now, Kundkund Acharya is born in a very wealthy house because of his past deeds. So he got a very wealthy house where he doesn't have to work hard. Hold on, Ahil. Where he doesn't have to work hard. From birth, he was a very intelligent boy. Can you imagine, where is Kiara and Avi? At the age of 5 years, he had mastered so many books. Can you just, so it doesn't mean that if you're 5 years old, you can't understand things. So Kiara should also sit. She might not understand everything. Avi, you might not understand everything, but the words will start to sink in your mind. And then slowly, you will start to understand, okay? So at the age of 5, he mastered so many concepts, so many books that his mother had to be awake the whole night, Kreet, so that the next morning she could teach him. Because this boy was just so quick at understanding. Then one day he told his mother, now I know everything. Now you've got nothing more to teach me. So the mother was now even confused. Now, what do I teach him? Because really, I've taught him everything that I know. Coincidentally, in their city, he lived in a city called Kundkund. Sane, look here. Don't look down. He lived in a city called Kundkund. Put that away. Put that away. He lived in a city called Kundkund. Now, one day, Jin Chandra Acharya came in their city. And everybody was excited to see this person because he was a new person in town. Everybody wanted to meet him. And of course, everybody respects Muniraj. So everybody wanted to go and, bow down to him. So many people went to him. And even because Kundkund at birth, he was called Padma. So Padma also went. So Padma went and he was even excited to see who is this new man in town. Sunny, you are distracting us with your movement. So also he went to see him. And then he got a realization that, oh my God, infinite happiness is just in the soul. Whatever I'm doing in this outwardly world, maybe I'm trying to learn new books, because remember, he was very interested in learning all the time. So he realized that whatever I'm learning in this external world is just going to be there temporarily. As we know, and even the happiness that I will get in my beautiful house. Remember, he came from a very wealthy house. So the beautiful house I have is also going to be temporary. Then what he did was he took Muni Diksha at that time. So he did Kesh launch. Look at my hair. What he did, he plucked hair from the roots and he threw it to the ground. Now, why does one do this when there are razors or when there are scissors? Why does one remove from the roots to become a Muniraj, Fiana, and Briella?
Because if you don't pull it out from the root, it'll grow back.
Yeah, it will grow back. And then when you're doing your soul meditation, everything will come in the way, because now you have to maintain your hair, you have to comb your hair, you have to wash your hair. So that's the reason why they pluck it from the root, so that when they're doing their soul meditation, it does not come in their way. Now, why is the reason they remove all their clothes? Sunny, what do you think? Why is it that they remove all their clothes? They don't even keep one cloth. Sunny, try.
I don't know.
Kreet, try. You don't know. Okay. Fiana, Briella can now speak.
Because they'll maintain their clothes. Like if it's dirty, they'll quickly wash it, and they'll get disturbed.
Exactly. Ahil, yeah, speak.
You have to get rid of all the attachments.
Good. That's another point as well. Any other points? Both like Briella's and Ahil's points are correct. Fiana.
Your hair and clothing is all just matter particles.
Yeah. Okay. That is matter particles, but it doesn't fit into this question. Fine. Okay. So the reason is that you don't get distracted, number one, and number two, because now you don't have attachment towards it. So you leave it so that you can start to focus within. The minute you start to focus within, Kreet, you like realize that there's infinite happiness within, that the happiness I was getting from wearing clothes has now disappeared. Now, so he took Diksha at the age of 11. At the age of 44, he was awarded, you can say, or he was bestowed the position of Acharya. Now, what is the difference between Acharya and an ordinary Muniraj or an Upadhyay? Now, let's take an example. 1 minute, Fiona. Let's take an example. Like in your school, you have got teachers, right? You have got teachers. Yeah, so teachers are like Muniraj. Then you've got the vice principal, he's like Upadhyay. And then you've got the principal of your school, who is Acharya. So you can say Acharya is a topmost position amongst the Muni Rajas. Of course, remember, Sunny, in your school, the principal, one day he was a teacher. Isn't it true that whoever was a principal in your school, maybe not in your school or like maybe in another school, at one point he was a teacher? And because he had exceptional leadership qualities, he was awarded or he was bestowed the position of an Acharya. Okay, Veer? So that's how one gets an Acharya. Does everyone become the principal of the school? All the teachers become the principal of the school? No, only one. In the same way, there could be, there could be a group of Muniraj of like maybe 700 Munirajas, out of which only one gets Acharya position. So can you imagine how lucky all of us are to get the knowledge of Acharya Kundkund, that too after 2000 years. Then at the age of 92, do you know if anybody who can sit straight at the age of 92 on the ground? But look at Kundkund Acharya on Ponnur Hill. Ponnur Hill is in Tamil Nadu, and it was a cave at that time. Hold on, I'll just finish the story and then I'll answer your questions. So, Sunny, Ponnur Hill, can you imagine? It's like, have you been to Mount Longonot or like, have you been to any mountain? Have you seen that how rough it is? You know, we need proper shoes, we need a proper hiking, you know, like gear and everything. We need a stick at times if it is too rough. But imagine Kundkund Acharya or any Muniraj, they don't wear shoes, they don't wear slippers. And he was walking on top of that hill, and he's not caring of like maybe if he gets thorn on his feet, nothing like that. He's not bothered about it because he's always absorbed in the soul. Even while he's walking, he's writing, at any point, he is always absorbed in the soul. Kreet. So Kreet is quite adventurous because he likes to do like like a lot of outdoor things like Ahil. So if you are walking on a very tough mountain, you need proper shoes, isn't it? But look at Kundkund Acharya. He's walking without shoes, without slippers. At the age of 92, as we all have understood that we hardly know of anybody who can sit on the ground. But he was sitting on a rough surface, Sunny. Kundkund Acharya was sitting on a rough surface, and over there he wrote the Panch Parmagam. Name the Panch Parmagam. Sunny, name it quickly, fast. Panch Parmagam.
I don't know.
You know, Samay Sar, speak.
Samay sir, Niyam sir, Pravatan sir. I don't know that meaning.
No, now it's the 6th or 7th time we're doing it. How can you not know? Ahil?
समय सार नियम सार प्रवचन सार अष्टपाहोदन पंचास्तिके.
Quickly, Sunny.
समय सर नियम सर प्रवचन सर अष्टपहर पंचास्तिका.
Panchastikai. So he wrote it, and now how did he write? Like Sunny and Kush, did he have a pen or a pencil like us?
With his
No.
finger, with his back.
No, no. Now he took a thorn, because obviously, like in the forest, I mean, like we are not talking about now. We're talking 2,000 years ago, when like like technology was not there at that time. He took a thorn. He took a thorn, and he took hard paper. Well, it's not called paper. It like might be dried leaves. It like might be dried leaves. Like very hard dried leaves. So even when even when you have to poke, it takes a bit of energy. So can you imagine of just Samaisar, if there are 415 gatha, of Pravachansar there are 275 gatha, of Niyamsar I think 187, but I'm not sure. So so he wrote all these gathas, a lot. I mean that's a lot of writing. He like, imagine if you have to write the word Sunny, S, he has to carve, so he has to put dot in, like then you get an S. So he wrote all these shastras with the help of a thorn, Briella and Kush. So imagine if you have to write K. So first you have to make that line. So dot. So basically he has taken so much energy to write shastra for us. Why does he need to write shastra? He is already a Samyak Drishti Jeev. He's going to attain moksha very soon. Why did he write for us, Anaya? Because he has a lot because he has a lot of compassion for us. Look, I have experienced the soul. Anaya, also I want you to experience the soul. Veer, so he has written it for you, Veer. Kush, he has written it for you. Kundkund Acharya has specially written it for you, Kush. Krit, Kundkund Acharya, Briella, Fiana, he has written it for you. Now, he wrote it in Prakrit language. From Prakrit, obviously, we all know that there was Sanskrit. I mean, like after maybe some years, there was the language called Sanskrit. After Sanskrit, there was a language called Dhundhari. After Dhundhari, again, there were a few languages, but the main language that we know is Hindi. So then after Dhundhari, there was Hindi. After Hindi, it again got translated into Gujarati. So can you see how lucky we are that we have got it in a very simplified language, a language that we talk day in, day out in our houses. Imagine, Sunny, if it was written in Sanskrit, would it be easy for you to read? It would not be easy for anybody to read. Actually, it's not only you, for nobody. What? Yeah, but then that is our laziness, isn't it? That we can't even learn our mother tongue, but we can learn Spanish, we can learn French, we can learn German, but we are not bothered to learn our mother tongue. Veer, is that true? Isn't that laziness? Isn't that a shame, Kreet? It is a shame, isn't it? Yeah, Ahil. Okay, now ask your questions.
Also speak.
What, Ahil?
What's the difference between a Tirthankar and like someone like Ram?
Okay, I will explain that to you. Fine. Okay, so now let's just get back to the point, and then we answer Ahil's question. Skrit, don't lie down. Okay, so like where was I? Sunny, don't laugh, because you're actually, you will forget all this knowledge. You think it's a joke right now, but you will forget about all this knowledge because you're laughing. Fine. So isn't it a shame, Sunny, that we can't read Gujarati? It is a shame, whether you admit it or you don't admit it, because how can everything be translated?
You can learn different languages.
Yeah, you can learn different languages, but it's like Samaisa are written in French. No, it is not written in French, but isn't it shameful that the French people speak such beautiful French, but you as an Indian, you are ashamed to learn Gujarati? Isn't that shameful? Kush, what do you think?
Yeah.
It is shameful. Fiana, what do you think? It is shameful. So Veer, what do you think that if you can speak German, but if you can't speak Gujarati? It's shameful, isn't it? Because like the German people are so proud of their language that they speak such beautiful German. Isn't it true? Like if like I went to Spain, they were talking such good Spanish. I mean, like the language. And obviously also they can talk English because now the whole world talks English. So Ahil, isn't it shameful that we learn all the Western languages, but we can't learn one language only, that is Gujarati? Isn't it? So actually we should be thanking Kundkund Acharya for writing for us, Sunny, 2000 years ago. Because why is he famous? Why isn't your favorite actor so famous? Sunny, when you are maybe 90 years old, like Kundkund Acharya, do you think that your actor, your this most most liked actor, do you think your great-grandchildren will know him? No, they will not know him because he's not that popular. That's the end of, I mean, that's just the bottom line of it. But look at Kundkund Acharya. He's so famous. And this is the reason why he's famous, because he has written the evergreen truth or the eternal truth for infinite happiness. Kush, is that clear? Okay, so this is the story of Kundkund Acharya in short, and obviously he did go to also to meet Simandar Bhagwan to ask a few questions, and then he came to Ponnur Hill, and then he started to write the Panch Parmagam. But in your in your house, Sunny, if you forget somebody's birthday, will they like it? Say if you forgot your sister's birthday, will she like it? Both Anaya and Briala's birthday come in March. So Briala and Anaya has gone away. Will you like it if like Briala, if somebody forgets your birthday? So you want people to celebrate, isn't it? Briala, 1 second. You want people to celebrate your birthday. That is, I mean, Ahil, do you want people to celebrate your birthday? Do you want people to bring cake and maybe do a party or something like that? Okay, maybe you don't want that, but yeah, but maybe you want something that you like. Maybe you want like a golf tournament or like or like something like that, right? That you want it to be celebrated the way how you like it. So in the same way, we should always remember Kundkund Acharya's birthday. So all of you have to remember this date. It is called Maha Sud Pancham. Say it, Kush. Maha is the month. Maha Sud means the bright day, and Pancham means the 5th day. Sorry, Sud means the bright day, and Pancham means the 5th day. Kush, say Maha Sud Pancham.
Maha Sud Pancham.
Pancham means 5.
Pancham.
Pancham is even okay. Yeah. Sunny, say it.
Pancha.
No, say the whole thing. Preet, say it.
Mahapun Pancha.
Mahasud.
Mahasud Pancha.
Okay, we shall say it loudly so everybody can hear.
Mahasud Pacham.
Yeah, let me write it here for everybody so everybody can say. In the meantime, Ahil, say it. Veer, say it.
Mahasud Pancham.
And Ahil, say it.
Mahasud Pancham.
So you must remember his birthday. Okay, so this is like something that you owe to him, because whatever we are learning is all because of him. It is all because of also Gurudev Kanji Swami, because otherwise how would I be telling you as well? Or how would anybody else be telling you, for like that matter? Any Pandit, who would be telling you if it weren't for Kundkund Acharya or for Gurudev? Okay, so now let's start with our parts. Veer is first, and then we will go in order.